Hi guys, my name's Meg. Thanks for coming back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a review on a digital short story I read yesterday. It is called How He Comes Out of the Sun by Carlyle Clark. This is the book cover for it. I'm not sure with the glare if you'll be able to see that or not, but I will put a link to it in the description. So this was free on the Amazon Books app. So I downloaded it and I read it yesterday, and it is a book I want to talk about today. So it is free. That's number one great thing about it. And the number two great thing about it is that it is beautifully written. It is a really good World War II short story about a group of guys called the Nobodies who are flying a plane into enemy territory or enemy lines, and coming out of it knowing they might not make it through that day. And it was their last mission. So they're flying a B-17 plane. So in order for me to really understand what was happening in the book, I had to go ahead and Google a B-17 to understand what was going on. So I had a few things that I had highlighted in the book that I thought was really cool, or really greatly written. They were just, the first one is they were describing what a kraut attack, or like the screaming sounds of like the guns sounded like when you're up there flying in the middle of a war. And it was screaming up from the ground guns bursting around us in a murder blossoms of smoke and shrapnel. It was pretty cool. Bursting around us in murder blossoms of smoke and shrapnel. That was pretty cool. That put a really vivid picture in my mind of what that was like. And they call themselves the Nobodies. We officially don't exist, won't be in any of the records, aren't even really in the military. Even our plane, which we dubbed the Great White Hope to really stick it to 'em, was listed as lost at sea under another name. So it was pretty cool to read about, to hear that, and why they call themselves the Nobodies. So it made sense to me. So what was happening is on a B-17 plane, there is a round ball underneath the plane, and that's where a gunner is with a turret gun. So it's at the belly of the plane, and there's a guy in there who is in the bottom of that plane, and something had happened to the plane, and he was going to be stuck in there, and they were going to have to do a ground landing where you land on the belly of the plane. So the person in that turret literally would die. There was no way that you wouldn't get hurt, or killed from landing a plane when you're in the underbelly of that plane. So, like I said, I had to go ahead and really look into a B-17 plane, so that way I knew why this was so significant. And it was interesting to read about that part of it. I don't want to give away the whole book, but the way it was written was really good. I was right there. I felt like the whole time I was reading this, I was in there with a camera crew or something, and feeling like I was totally into it. I knew what was going on, how it was going on, how I pictured these people in my mind of how this whole thing went down. It was really good. It was a super shorter story, World War II storyline. It was really good. And I had never read anything by Carlyle Clark before, so that was pretty good. I would read another one of their book or his books, because it was so good. The writing was so good. And I read a lot, so it's hard for me to have I judge books really harshly sometimes, and I shouldn't, but I do because I read so much. I read so many different styles of writing, and so many different books, and the way they write, I've seen quite a bit of all of it. And this was just really, really, really good. So I would suggest that to anybody for reading with that book. What I did want to do, and I think it would be helpful if you guys did decide you wanted to go ahead and read it because it's free. Why not? Just do it. What I did do was I looked up like some information about it, like certain like words, because they're military terminology words that I wouldn't have known. Like I had to Google some of those words because I didn't know. But it was interesting learning about it as I was reading about it. So I can't say that that took away from the book because it educated me where I didn't know. And that was really neat. I really like learning, and I like knowing about that stuff. And it seems like this was really spot on with like the historical aspect of it, and of how like the B-17 was set up, and how what it was like to be in that time. So it was really, really good. I would definitely suggest you read it. The cover too, like beautiful. Like it's a pretty picture. The cover's really what was like, oh, that's free. I'm gonna download that because of the cover. And it was great. So what I did do, like, on that was when I was reading, I would like click the word and the tablet would help me find information on that particular thing that was mentioned in the book. So I used that quite a bit to help me kind of sort through what I needed to see to help me understand the book. Like I had B-17, what the inside turret looked like, and there was a bunch of videos on that, and it, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but on this one here, there's like a ball. See that ball? That's the inside turret of that plane, and those planes were big. Like that's a big ass plane. Like well, it looks big to me, but it's not like a Southwest plane or anything like that. But it was really cool to learn about and to read about. And the fact that the writing was great, like I would definitely read another one of his books. Like I'm probably going to download them later because like if he has any more free ones, I will definitely do it. But so yeah, that was a really good one. I really liked it. It was really good. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on what I can do to, make it so you guys are hearing about books you want to hear about, or genres you want to hear about, or some interesting aspects of different other books, I'd be totally open to that. But yeah, so thanks for listening, guys. And again, download that book. It's free and it's great and it's short, so it won't take you long. All right. Thanks. Bye.